Hi, my name is Allison. I'm a therapist, and I also have alopecia universalis, as you can probably tell because I have no hair. But guess what? The Oscars are coming up, and so I want to take this moment to talk about hair loss mental health. So unfortunately, after the Oscar slap situation last year, the opportunity to talk about hair loss and how it impacts a person's mental health, body image, well-being, etc., is really lost, unfortunately. So I think this goes to that saying, but I don't condone violence, and I don't think he should have done what he did. However, I think it brings up an interesting conversation of how we downplay hair loss as a society, and we think it's okay to joke about, and it's not. Just like no body comment, appearance-related jokes should ever be made, regardless of what it's about. I don't want to hear, but he was just comparing her to another like badass woman. It was supposed to be like a positive thing. If it was a positive thing, then it wouldn't have been something for people to laugh at. Then it would have been a woo, yeah, like clapping, cheering, empowering moment. Instead, it was made for people to laugh at. There was a punchline. It was for people to laugh at her appearance. So I don't want to hear it was a nice thing. Then people wouldn't have been laughing. Me becoming a therapist had a lot to do with my experience growing up with alopecia. So I think that goes to show how much it gave me insight to the impacts of hair loss mental health, and that I wanted to be someone to have clients be able to relate to, because there wasn't many professionals, or hair loss was not something that was seen as like, oh, you can get support for this. It was just seen as, oh, it's just hair, like get over it type of thing. And like, that's not helpful. Isn't it funny how the same society that paints it as just hair is the same society that also shames and degrades people for hair loss or being bald, all the above. And because of how much it is shamed in society, people are scared of losing their hair. They don't want to go through that. They don't want to have to deal with that, and which is why you see so many influencers promoting Nutrafol and all these hair loss supplements, because it is painted very much that hair is tied to worth, and you need thick, amazing hair to be beautiful. But it was definitely not just hair, because if it was just hair, then there wouldn't be so much stigma, shame, embarrassment tied to hair loss. Let's get some mascara on my remaining 2 lashes. But anyway, so back to hair loss mental health. Because of all the shame and stigma and how hair loss is portrayed, it shouldn't be such a shock to people that it invigorates such intense emotion if a joke is made about it. Because especially when it's not your own doing, like something like alopecia or trichotillomania, like whatever the reason may be for hair loss, if it wasn't the own person's choice, they had to go through a lot of body image related things. They had to look in the mirror and see a whole new human being that they were not used to seeing. They had to get used to the stares from society. They had to get used to the anxiety of thinking, what are people going to be assuming about me? What are they going to be thinking? The depression of, oh my God, this does not feel like me anymore. There's so much that goes into it. Let's be real. Regardless of what type of hair loss you experience, the likelihood of you experiencing hair loss sometime in your life is very, very high. Can we start normalizing the mental health issues that come with it instead of just downplaying the experience of, oh, it's just hair? Because guess what? You're going to go through it too, and then you're going to feel really alone because you're not going to feel like you can speak up about it because of all the stigma, shame, embarrassment around it, and how you've been told that it is just hair, just get over it. So you're going to feel trapped, and you're going to feel like there's nowhere to get help. And that's a big reason that I became a therapist, because I did not want people to feel like they had to go through it alone. I wanted to make sure that people could get help from someone who really, really understood, and not be scared that they were going to get help and that it was just going to be brushed off or invalidated. Honestly, part of the mission of my own business, Aid by Allie, and why I created the Hair Loss Diary, which is a therapeutic journal for people with hair loss, and why I'm going to hopefully start hair loss mental health coaching soon, because we need accessible ways to find support for hair loss. Putting on lashes and talking should be a sport. But anyway, we should be able to get accessible support for hair loss mental health from professionals who understand it, not just professionals who are going to downplay it or send us in the direction of unreliable treatments. We should be given mental health and community support as well. And yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. makeup look crazy from that angle, so I just wanted to show you that my skin is indeed popping.